I have connected my receipt printer to the Twitch API to make it print a receipt when somebody subscribes to me. The viewers love it. It was only printing text though. I made it even better by having it print your profile pictures too. And I live streamed the whole process. If you missed the stream, here it is. Safety first. I've been exploring the AskPause API, or command set, or protocol, whatever that thing is. And I'm very close to figuring out how I can print your profile picture. But it's a little bit weird. I went through the whole list, and I don't remember seeing a command that just says print image. There's a lot of confusing terminology being used here. This is proprietary software from Asia. I'll just have to guess. Let's look for the word image. Select bit image mode. It might seem confusing that it says select bit image mode, but I think it means print the image. Stores the bit image data for the print buffer using the mode specified by bit image mode m as follows. This word soup, it's putting the image in the printer, and the printer is gonna print it when it's ready to print it. That's my best guess. So specifies a bit image in the horizontal direction, specifies the bit image data, indicates the amount of bit image data. K is an explanation parameter, therefore it does not need to be transmitted. What do you mean it does not need to be transmitted? You're telling me that it's optional? How do you know when I've stopped sending commands? How do you know that it's not the next command? It's confusing. It's hella confusing. We've got an M that allows us to specify this mode, so that one is pretty clear. There's no ambiguity with that one. An NL and an NH. NL is added to NH, which is multiplied by 256. That means we can send a maximum of 2047 bytes. But I might be wrong. It says that these two parameters specify the bit image in the horizontal direction. I'm just supposed to guess what it means. Let's ask Uncle Google about this. Print image ask pause. Escape the piece of shit. Yeah. Is one of... Shoo. What the heck? Hey, get out of the way. Hey, I'm reading here. Ask star is one of several bit image commands in ask pause. It accepts column format data, whatever that means, which can only represent a single line of either 8 or 24 pixels. Do you mean, oh my god, that's what the number of bits for vertical data meant? So there are two good options here. Print multiple lines using ask dad. Whoa! I see. So I'm supposed to think in lines. I'm not supposed to send the whole image. I'm supposed to just render row by row. So this allows me to send a single row. But what does it mean to be vertical data? Does that mean that, does that specify how many dots I print? Like, a character is represented by an area of dots. So we've got dot 1, dot 2, dot 3, dot 4, dot 5, dot 6, dot 7, dot 8, dot 9, dot 10, dot 11, dot 12. Is that what this means? Is that the number of dots vertically? I'm just left guessing. Unless you know their terminology, you're screwed. Let's see. You can print multiple lines by simply repeating the command to print the extra line, separated by line breaks. Oh my god, we're mixing binary with line breaks. I was suspecting that. When I read stores the bit image data in the print buffer, I was already suspecting that I had to send new line characters to flush the buffer. The same thing happens to text. They use the same terminology for text. Because of line spacing, you need to issue a command to change the size of line feeds during the image print. Oh my god, are you serious? I have to do that too? Luckily though, we already know how to do that. There's an example in Python. Oh, PHP! When was the last time we looked at PHP code? With pixels and all that and header. Oh, there it is. This is a command. It's literally sending a star. It's calling the function. There's a blob here. Who's making those blobs? Oh, there it is. Column format. So the data is being created here. It seems to be recursive though. What the heck? Return data in column format as array of slices, operates recursively to save cloning larger image many times. Yeah. Image width is equal line height. What the fuck? You know what? I think I'm better off not reading PHP code. And then there's this thing, GSV0. So this is the new method and my printer doesn't support it. So I cannot use this one. I've tried, doesn't work. Oh, that is so cool. But I don't think my printer is capable of doing that. Looks so cool. It must be dithering. It must be dithering. That's so cool. Although that baby does look demonic. It's a demon baby. It would be cool if he explained how. YouTube is blocked.
Huh?
Who blocked the YouTubes for me? Was one of you hackers? Okay, we'll have to do without the video. Ask pause image. A Ruby implementation of ask pause formal printer image command specification. Oh, that is so cool. Really, really cool. My IQ is just not high enough to be able to understand this fully. Maybe these beautiful graphics are gonna help out. I'm looking for the image command, please. Oh wait, my printer's not even being listed. Print and character return. Sending bit image data instead of character data enables execution of mesh printing. What the heck? Print the downloaded bit image. Oh, there it is. Select bit image mode. And this is a ripoff of the documentation, man. Yeah, I'll keep reading. What? Data D specifies a bit printed to 1 and not printed to 0. Woo! I think there's a comma missing. So 1 means printed, 0 means not printed. I'm gonna assume that's how you were supposed to interpret that sentence. But does that mean that a D represents a whole byte, or does it represent a bit? Amount of data. Does data mean bytes or bits? Program example for our printers. Whoa. Oh, I like that. I like the fact they gave us a sample. I don't know what language this is, but I'm gonna try my best. What the heck does this mean? I'm gonna suppose that this is a comment. Bit image is probably a subroutine. Boy, when was the last time you heard somebody say subroutine? It's gonna print number 1. I think it means print to printer at serial port number 1. And then H1B, I think that's hexadecimal 1B. So it's 1B star, and then here's the M. Chur 70, chur 0, chur 1, chur 2, chur 4, chur 8, chur 16, chur 32, chur 64, chur 128. Interesting. It's like it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. What it looks like with M0, that is what it looks like with M1. I think I'm starting to understand. Yeah, remember when I was wondering whether those number of bits for vertical data was referring to the dots in a column? And it turns out that yes, it is in fact that. So this would be 1, this would be 2, this would be 4, this would be 8, this would be 16, this would be 64, this would be 128. So it goes up to 128. That's as high you can go. So now I understand. I am printing columns of 8 or 24. But why 24? Why would they give me the option to use 24? There's not gonna be a difference, right? I can send the 8-bit command 3 times to get 24. Because 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 8 is 24. So I'm gonna ignore this option. I'm gonna go with 8. Always 8. I don't know. I don't see the benefit of using 24 when I can just send 3 times. I guess it might just increase the fidelity or something like that. You know, just gonna. Maybe it will take less time. But I think people are gonna find it funny to see the printer go brrrr. So, number of bits for vertical data has been clarified. It turns out that you do send bytes. These are whole bytes that you're sending. Let me go back. This is NL and this is NH. For some reason they said 70, but I don't see 70 bytes being sent here, so I might still be wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. 14 times 5 equals 70. Okay. It is the number of bytes. That's good. I'm ready. The next thing that I need to do is to convert images to this format. But let's send a test print. Let's just send something. In fact, we're gonna recreate this. We're gonna do this one. Yeah, I'm gonna create a function in my AskPause class. It just basically sends the command. I'm gonna create... This is the moment that I need to decide the name. The official documentation calls this select bit image mode. No, sir, I don't like it. I am gonna call it image. Because I have a text function. So an image function just makes sense. And I'm gonna be able to specify the... Oh snap, I didn't realize this. My printer doesn't support 24. So they're even out of the question. I can only use single density or double density. I don't have a choice now. I'm gonna call bit image mode. We'll need the data, and I'm expecting it to be a buffer, and I highly regret not using TypeScript at this moment. So up there, I'm gonna define enums static bit image mode. We're gonna have two of them, and I'm gonna call this one single D8. Great name. And then we're gonna have the double D8. I'm gonna go down there. And I'm not gonna validate if bit image mode is one of those values. I trust myself. And data is gonna be the D. That's what it's gonna be. And I am gonna make this function be responsible for calculating NL and NH. I think I'm only gonna need NL. I don't think I will need to specify NH. I can send up to 256 bytes. If it's more than that, I am certainly fucked. But we'll see. So const NL equal data dot length, and I'm gonna validate, by the way. If NL is greater than 256, throw new error. Too much data. Mr. Programmer must implement this. NH is going to be 0. So we've got every single parameter now. So if data instance of buffer, not, if it's not an instance of buffer, fail. Only supporting data in buffer. Only taking the D in a buffer. Now, I need to send the command. The command is 1B, 2A, bit image mode, and L, and H, data. That's really it. And then the next thing that I need to do is to send a new line. Oh, that's what this thing is. That must be a new line character. Makes sense. It's filling up a buffer in the printer, and it only flushes the buffer once it sees a new line character or a command to flush the buffer. So let's do that. So over here, I need to tell the printer that I want to send an image, and I need to build the image, of course. I'm gonna have an array, and I'm gonna do this for loop. So it's gonna go 5 times over it. I could go 6 or 7. I could go infinite, but I'm not. Then I just need to add all of those things. Just gotta call push several times like a maniac. Wouldn't it be cool if I could do this more efficiently, like another loop in it? Efficiently as in taking less keystrokes, you know? Not as in more performant. I'm gonna use J because people mistake J for I, and I find that hilarious. So I'm gonna use that, and then J less than 8, because I want 8 bits. Math, pow! J, 2, I think that's how you're supposed to do. After going through it 8 times, I need to go the opposite direction. Starting from 7, then, wait, does this mean that's gonna push a 0? That's gonna be weird. I've not powed in a long time. Let me take a look. Pow! Oh, it is 0. So the first thing is gonna be 0. That's gonna be a 1. Up to 7. 49. I made a mistake somewhere. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be 2 to the power of something. Aw, aw. I'm a human like you and I will make mistakes. I do look better than most of you because I spend most of my day writing software, as you can see. But I am still human. I must also thank my sponsor, because if I didn't stay hydrated, I most likely would not have this great looking body. So thank you, water. Thank you very much for sponsoring me. You don't believe me? You don't think I drink water every single day? Watch me. I'm gonna drink water right in front of you. That's the good stuff. As you can see, I truly believe in this product. And I hope I've convinced you. Because every time you drink water, you support the stream. And I'm very much thankful for that. So, I now have this thing almost working. We're almost there. I need to specify M. So I've got AskPos over there. I will be able to get access to the bit image mode enum, bit image mode, and we're gonna send some double D's. And here is the data. I'm gonna send it as an array, but I think looking in hindsight, that might have not been a good idea. So I will support arrays. If this data is an array, then in this case, I'm gonna convert it to a buffer. I said I wasn't gonna do this. I did. I tricked you all. So there. I've got everything. Oh, I just realized that I'm supposed to do this over here, so that I can rely on the fact that data is always a buffer. And this thing is just gonna work until it reaches 250. Alright, I've got all of the data that I need. I just need to send new line, or next line, I think that's what I called it. And that's it. That's really it. So for the very, oh, and cut the paper, of course. That would be convenient. Feed and cut. There it is. The moment that we're all waiting for. I'm about to send the command. Nothing came out. Did it send the data? Did I not give it enough time to send the data, maybe? I'm gonna concatenate these two buffers. But I highly doubt that's gonna make it work. Not what I was expecting. I have no idea what the garbage is. And I don't understand why it wasn't working. Why did I need to concatenate this whole sequence? Doesn't really matter. The printer should be waiting for the data, because I told it that I was gonna send that data. That leaves me a little bit confused. Why my results are not the same like in the document? Did I really fuck this one up? Let me look at the data itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Why does it go to... It just printed now. It just printed. Oh, because I ran the command. That's why. So this thing, I started from 7, but it doesn't look like I started from 7. I was expecting to see 128 here, which is wrong, by the way, but that's what I was expecting to see, but that's not what I see. Oh, God. Oh, how embarrassing. And start from 6. Okay, there, that's what I was expecting to see. Oh, God. So that's the result. That is not what I was expecting to get. Why is it so? I'm sending the data exactly, well, not exactly, this is supposed to be 1. Now it's exactly as it is in the example. Let's take a look at the example again. Still garbage. It's supposed to be 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, and then it repeats. So my code isn't wrong. There's nothing wrong with my code. I don't understand this. Is my printer broken? Is the code that sends all of these bytes broken? I'm gonna log this data. Okay, so we're supposed to see it up there in that pane. 1B2A01 46, that's 46 bytes. 00, 01, 02, 04, 08, 10, and 20, 40. EF, BF, BD. What the heck is that? 20, 40, 80. That was supposed to be 80. It did something to the 80. It did something that I don't appreciate. Why did it do that? It took the 80 and turned it into an EF. EF. 128, 80, 129, 81. So where did EF come from? Could that have been the reason why most of my commands are just not working properly? This 80 is being misinterpreted somewhere. This whole time, I was always blaming the printer for it. But turns out it may have been my database. Because this is before I stored the data, and this is after I've stored the data and retrieved it. So it could also be that. It could be storing or retrieving, or both. But why would it even do that? I'm calling toString here. Buffer from this toString. Very useful. Buffer from this. So this is the whole. Fuck you. This is the issue. This is what's being recommended to me. I don't know about it. Buffer from will take an array of numbers. It will work. The reason why I went with the string is because, for the most part, it's going to take less space than an array of numbers, literal ASCII numbers. What if I interpreted it as ASCII? Woo! Wait, no, that's a 0. Yeah, that's right. ASCII goes up to 127. Can I just go with binary? What about bin? Wouldn't it be funny if bin actually worked? Yeah, I just made it up. Wouldn't it be great if they had a list of encodings? Wouldn't that just be awesome? Node.js, list of encodings. ASCII, base64, base64 URL, hex, UCS2, binary! It's binary! The freaking thing was called binary this whole time! Ta-da! It is binary! Okay, that allows me to literally just embed data in the string itself. I gotta specify binary, binary there, binary over here, and then more binary over there, and I think that's the last one. Okay, it should now print the test image properly. Here we go! Oh, disconnected from the printer. Why did it disconnect? Connected to the printer queue. Oh. Do you see my face? We did it! It's working! Now that I have the ability to print things, I need to take your profile pictures and slice them up in 8 pixel rows and convert them to black and white. I already got 2 subs lined up. Thank you, by the way. Thank you, amazing people. Who of all of you in my chat wants to be my guinea pig? I need a profile picture to test things. Who wants to help out Mr. Streamer? You? Oh, come here. Come here. Come here, eh? Yeah, come here. Open image in new tab. There we go. 70 by 70. I think that should be enough pixels, I think. So I need to send rows of 8. So 70 times 8 is over 256. You know what that means, right? programmer must implement this. Also, on top of that, I don't know if I can slap 70 pixels in a single row. How many pixels can I actually send? I didn't count it, Let me see how far I can push this. Let's go with 20. Let's go with 30. Oh, I just realized something else is gonna fail. Yeah, that's right. We gotta do this one first. So it shouldn't be difficult. It's a little bit of math. This is a construction site. I need to divide this by 255, I believe. And then the remainder needs to go to an L. Yeah, it's actually pretty easy. Do you see anything wrong with this? Oh yeah, math floor. Gotta make sure that this is an integer. So yes, that's gonna be 0 for the first 256. Once it reaches 256, it's gonna become 1, and this is gonna become 0. 0. No. Now I'm doubting myself. I gotta test this. It's like an offset. It really is like an offset. 257 needs to become 1. Okay, the math checks out. 256 makes the most sense. Whoa, that took a while. Did it actually print all of it? I don't know. It filled up the row, but I don't know if it cut anything. We sent 420 bytes. Let me decrease this to 29. It's the same pattern, which means 29 overflows. So how about 28? Same pattern. Let's go with 26. We're gonna skip 27. That will be 45.5 pixels. Oh, it's missing. It's missing something. But I think it might be 48. Let's round it to 48. So I gotta take this 70 by 70 image and turn it into 48. Is there a way to get a bigger resolution so I have more pixels to mess with? Yes, okay. I think this is the highest we can go. Now it's time to pick a library to do the scaling for us. A library that is gonna take this image and, even if possible, turn it into black and white, and even better, apply some dithering, because I think it's gonna look pretty cool if you apply some dithering. Because do you see how sort of blurry the camera is when you look at the receipt? I want to take advantage of that. Just like CRTs would blur the images, those pixels would look so good. I'm gonna do the same thing with the camera. What library should I use for JavaScript though? Node.js image library. What do we have here? What's the first result? Sharp. I've never used Sharp before. I am interested. High speed Node.js module. If it has a method that allows me to extract the data, I'll be a happy boy. Just give me the pixels, please. If it doesn't have that, I might have to say no. So there's a toFile function. There's a toBuffer. So there is something. Oh wait, it's a JPEG though. Can I just have the pixels, please? 10 years old at this point. Somebody cared enough to keep this alive. So it's probably robust. Oh, let's take a look at the API documentation. Oh, there's raw. Oh yeah, raw. Give me the raw. Force output to be raw, uncompressed pixel data. So it can deliver it. Back to this thing. So I'm gonna import the library here, but before we import it, we gotta install it, right? Somewhere in here tells you it's Sharp. Don't worry, I'm not gonna cut myself. I'm extra careful. Done. So I've got access to Sharp here. Now I've got to download that image. How do I quickly download an image in Node? Download image in Node.js. Quick! Client, get, pipe. Yeah, that's not bad actually. Some pretty old code though. Oh, I just realized something else. This is not using promises. You know what? I think I'm gonna have better luck with ChatGPT. How do I download an image and get it as a buffer in Node.js? Whoa. Can you use promises and make the code simpler? Use Axios. You want simple? Use Axios. Oh, what a funny boy. Should I use Axios though? Nah. I have my own modules. I'll use my own modules. I'm gonna use HTTP man. And that's it. Let's do some console log here, although this is quite bad. I need to do a process exit here because I don't want to print. I just want the data. Yeah, 2000 bytes. 2000 bytes? Really? It's a JPEG, so maybe. Let me see this for myself. Oh, that's the 70 by 70 version. So it actually could be. How many bytes? And where's the content length? It usually gives you one, but I guess this server doesn't give you a content length. You're just supposed to wait for the data. Yeah, would be convenient though. Oh, 2.1K. So it is correct. I'm gonna give it the 300 version though. Alright. Put that there. So I've got the data. I now need to use sharp. So I've got some examples here. Resize. I want this. So input buffer. Easy library. Look at that. Resize. I want it to be 40 here. And I guess the height doesn't really matter, right? Oh, it was supposed to be 48. I guess the height doesn't really matter, right? A good image library would just assume that the height is supposed to scale with the width. Use null or undefined to auto scale. There we go. It auto scales. So that's all that I care about. What about the options though? Oh, I can also set the background color. I want it to be white, not black. It usually uses black because that's 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. So background be oh, what do I specify? I know it has to be a color, but what is a color? What is the definition of a color? Okay, it can be a string. It most likely is gonna be a CSS color string. So yeah. FF. Fit equal cover is a string, right? I think it is a string. Well, if it's not a string, oh well. We'll figure it out later. Resize and then raw at the very end. I've got to call raw to buffer. So I've got my buffer here. How do I know what size it is though? I cannot rely on this always being 48 because I used cover. So it should be always 48. I can just assume that's 48. Okay, I got the width and the height in pixels. Before I do all of this though, or maybe after this, I need to process the image. I need to turn it into black and white, and I think it would be cool to apply some dithering. So let's look for it. Let's see. How do I turn this black and white? Oh, I have an idea. Oh, ChatGPT, how do I use the sharp library? Grayscale. Oh, that's awesome. So called grayscale and problem solved. Done. How about some dithering? How do I apply dithering? Just call dither. I love this library. There. Solve. I've got the data. Now I need to take this data and send it over to the printer. Given that it's in grayscale, how am I gonna get the data? Panel ordering will be RGB or RGBA for non-grayscale color spaces. Non-grayscale color spaces. It's grayscale, so they just specify what it's gonna look like when it's non-grayscale, but not when it's grayscale. They don't tell you what it's gonna be. You just left guessing. Okay, I'll take a look at the data. Grayscale dither is not a function. ChatGPT! God damn it! The function doesn't exist. So the function does exist. Dither might not be though. What if it's dither? Dither. Yeah, grayscale exists. Dithering does not. So goodbye, dither. So that doesn't look black and white to me. That looks grayscale. Oh shit, that's right. Duh. It's doing everything correctly, but I need to specify that I want black or white, not gray. I don't want gray. How do I do that though? I only want black or white, not gray. Oh, the threshold. There's a threshold function? There is. It's in my chat. Threshold 128. So now we should have two colors. There, that looks more like it. That is white over there. We've got the data. I just need a little loop. Loop-de-loop. Let me explain what I'm drawing. I've got this section. I should have made that thicker. I've got it sectioned in rows of 8. So these are rows of 8. there are 48 pixels. 48 pixels in a single sub-row, you could call it. A row inside of the row. Each row has 8 rows in it. 8. Composed of 48 columns. Controlled by R. So that I can go start at the next row here. I want to start right here. And then I have W to guide me through the columns. And I have V to give me the pixel beneath the pixel that I'm on. Let's say we are here. That's the green dot over there. We are there. And we want to move. V is going to make sure we go rich. And then we come back and we get right there. Do you see that? That is V. That is what the V variable is for. So I don't see anything wrong with this. The index seems correct. But the image that we got doesn't look correct to me. That's not right. That is wrong. That is definitely wrong. It looks like it might be inverted. What if it actually is inverted? Let's switch the pixels around. I don't think this is gonna fix it. Oh my fucking god, it really was that! That's really all that I need to do! I just need to reverse the freaking pixels. I don't know why though. Why didn't it work on the other one? I don't understand, but it's working! It's not working! It's actually working! Woo! Hooray. So I did it. I finally managed to do it. And I've lost the receipt. But that's okay, I can print another one. I saw I was pretty small. So I think 48... why did I think that 48 was gonna be wide enough? I don't know now. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna adjust it. I'm gonna use 300 to see how it does. Let's send it over. Let's see how big. Oh, false equal true. Oh, it's gonna be divisible by 8. I'm glad that I put that assertion there. I'm a good programmer. Let's see. 300 modulus 8. 4. So let's go with 296. Good. It's gonna be 296. There it goes. Is that you? Is that big enough? It's too big though, it's cutting off in the middle. It's not in the middle. But you can actually make out the profile picture, you can actually see it. I don't need to put it close to the camera anymore. Pretty neat. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Aha. Although it's still big. I don't know. I'm considering actually cutting a little bit. What is the likelihood of somebody being upset that the picture got cut off? The 2 subs that I got. I'm gonna redo them right now. Thank you. And then your name. I don't suppose your profile picture is this. And their profile picture. Wait, it actually is! This is their profile picture! Thank you very much. Thank you. Here's your receipt.